So what we're going to do is we're going to be doing the Catalase Lab. Right now I'm just recording the steps so that later on you also kind of have something to look back on what to see what you need to do. Okay, so first off, you kind of cut the potatoes in small pieces. Now what we're going to do this time today, it's a little different. This is actually what a cork borer looks like. It's a pretty standard equipment that a lot of people actually uses for doing a similar experiment. What's a nice thing about it is that you basically take this, you go with the long side of the potato, you punch it through, and then there's a piece of the potato tube will be in there. And typically in a set, there's one piece here which is used to just push things out. So you have a nice cylindrical shape piece of potato. So in this case here, I'm gonna grab the ruler. We're gonna be using the ruler a fair bit today. So make sure every group has a ruler. You're gonna cut the potatoes into a small consistent piece. So I would think you just cut it to 1 centimeter, okay? Now make sure when you have the potato tube, you remove the side, this end and this end will have a little bit of the skin. So make sure you cut off the skin, okay? Because the skin does not expose to the reactive side, which means you cannot access the catalase. So cut a piece that is 1 centimeter long. So in this case, right here, you use a ruler and a scalpel to cut that. Okay, 1 centimeter long piece, which is good. Now, what you're gonna do, you're gonna use these smaller test tubes, okay? The reason why for the smaller test tube is so that when there's foam being formed, it's gonna be a lot more exaggerated. Okay, it's going to be a little bit more exaggerated rather than a wider test tube like these kinds. Okay. So in this case, we're going to measure, as I said, on the paper, change it to 2 centimeters. Okay, to 2 centimeters. So I'll hold it like this. One hand with the basically put it on the surface. I can put it on the tray here, or I can put it on the desk here. And then I will very carefully, gently pour 2 centimeters. If I go a little over, you use the eyedropper to remove that. I actually accidentally pour 3, so in this case I'll use an eyedropper. I will remove that. Now the extras, I'm not going to put it back here. I'm just going to put it in one of these smaller beakers. We can use it for our second trial, okay? So after this, I'm going to add 1 drop of dish soap. Make sure you don't add a whole lot, okay? And be careful. The reason why you want the dish soap is so that it will help you form the foam, okay? So just 1 small drop. Dish soap in here, swirl a little bit, and then afterwards you will need some sort of a timer, because once I drop the potato piece in here, I want to time to see how much the foam rise after 60 seconds. After 60 seconds. So in this case, I happen to have a wristwatch. So in this case, I can use that to time. Five seconds. Okay, go. So now, as you can see here, this reaction is happening, and foam, you see the bubbling being formed. I'm just going to bring it closer to the camera. So foam is being formed, and as a reaction happening, the foam will level will slowly rise. Now, it is important that you keep the test tube, not to shake the test tube. Okay, not to shake the test tube. I'm gonna put it here, and I can put it on this desktop here and just let it stand. You're holding it with one hand, okay? So it doesn't get out of the way, doesn't move. And I'm gonna keep my time. So I have 46, 47. So I am 60 seconds just passed. So I am taking a reading. I'm gonna read from the bottom of the foam to the top of the foam. Bottom of the foam to the top of the foam. And this is about 1.1 centimeters or 11 milliliters, okay? So in this case, I will take a measurement. So first trial 1. I have the foam being 11 millimeters, okay? After 60 seconds, okay? So I'll record that. The foam rise to 11. Remember where is it? Now I was measuring from the bottom of the foam to the top of the foam. And as you can see right now, it is actually continually rising. So in some ways, it could potentially mean that, oh, if we wait till it runs longer, it could actually, you can see a much more pronounced measurement, okay? So it is important that you keep the same. Right now, we're just doing it 60 seconds. If you let it run for longer, your result will look different. Be careful of that, okay? Now, once you're done on this part here, you will pour the entire solution down the sink, okay? It's hydrogen peroxide and soap. You can put it down the sink. The piece of potato, you will need to kind of pick it up and put it in the solid trash. And then you can just wash this and do the second trial, okay? You can stop the video.